In this lecture, Professor A.K. Enamel Hack explains, what is a monopoly market? How are they created? Do they always earn profit?
How many of you have played Monopoly game? Have you heard about Monopoly game?
Yes, sir.
Played
A
it?
lot. Yes, sir.
What was the ending? How did you end the game?
Sir, if I acquired all the land, like mostly
Did you ever acquire all the land?
Kill all others. Like,
sir, technically no, because whoever has the most cash wins. That's how we play.
So now you realize that Monopoly is also an impossible theorem.
Right, sir.
So I'm giving you a very simple logic that even though you thought that Monopoly, I've never seen anyone finishing Monopoly becoming a monopolist. So we are going to another extreme market, which is also impossible. In reality, it can only exist through regulation by the government. So a lot of textbook always say monopoly is bad. But answer is monopoly survives because the government wants them to survive. And is the government wants people to be bad? Answer is no. So there are good reasons for monopolies to survive. So I do not believe that people should conclude on the idea this monopoly is bad. So monopoly is a market. So there is a characteristic of the monopoly. Monopoly is a market which there is one seller. How you become in one seller? What does one seller means? So one seller. So one seller, and the next important characteristics, no close substitute. So in order to be monopoly, substitute. In order to be monopolist, if your product has a close substitute, you will not be able to, even though if you are one seller, you are gone. You are not a monopolist. Monopoly survival strategy is that not only I should become a one seller, but nobody will produce anything close to my product. If that is possible, you are a monopolist. Then in most cases, it is impossible. So monopoly can be created by certain system. One, that I am a first producer and I have economies of scale. What is economies of scale? We said, oh, you can become a monopolist if you are a first producer. And this is how it works. So if you're a fast producer, and if you have an economies of scale, remember what is economies of scale. So if this is my production line, this is my output. So what happens? I started a producer. This was when my output was here. Remember, I'm the beginner. I'm the first producer. So my output was small. And this was my average cost. This line is average cost line. And I was producing at this point. So I started at this point. I was not selling much. I was selling small amount, but price was very high. So I started here. However, I have an average cost curve that only goes down. What does only goes down means? That the more I produce, average cost goes down. And if it happens, that means if you enter last, by the time you enter, I will increase my scale of operation. So your cost will be here. And by the time you are here, I'm here. Which means I can sell at a very low price compared to you. You will be out of the market. Do you see the logic?
Sir, would you please repeat this?
So I have a cost scenario by which, so think about this logic, that what happens? that I started, I'm a first producer, and because I have an economies of scale. What is economies of scale? Economies of scale means that the more I produce, my average cost goes down. My average cost technically goes down the more I produce. Why? Technically because I have a high fixed cost. If you have a high fixed cost, initial investment, high initial investment. So in other words, fixed cost is very high. The more I produce, average cost only goes down. It's like this. If you want to open up a land phone line, the connective lines connections to every house in the city is the highest cost. But then only very simple, very small marginal cost, you can connect everyone. So anyone else want to enter, he has to lay this big, huge cost. And so if he enters, he will be here. But since I have already laid my line, by this time I will be here. And since this is my cost and this is your cost, I will be strategically smart to charge a price lower than yours. So what does it mean? You cannot sell your product. I will be selling my product. I will be making money. So my strategy will be that, look, I'm going to undercut you all the time. So you will not be, and this kind of monopolist has a name in economics we call natural monopoly. So yes, some market has natural monopoly primarily because it's a high investment. If anyone has a high investment, that's why you find out electricity sector very difficult for someone else to enter. Why? Because initial cost of installation is so high that no one can enter. So there are certain sectors where monopoly is natural because initial cost is very high. And if you allow others to enter and everyone invest, then the problem is you too much invest and the cost of delivery of the product is too high. If they make a, we'll come back on that, if they can make a cartel. The second reason for the monopolist is regulation. By law, you are saying, no, you cannot do this. So its best example in Bangladesh is Bangladesh Railway. So we're saying by law, nobody else can operate a, think about it this way. This is the rail track. But we're saying, I cannot use this rail track. Only Bangladesh Railway can have. Imagine on the other hand, this is the road, but we're saying many bus operators can operate, right or wrong? So many bus operator can operate. So while on this road, many bus operators can operate, we're saying on this railway, many rail operator cannot operate. That if you are not doing this, you are actually creating a monopoly. So you're creating a monopoly. Who created this monopoly? Government created this monopoly by simply saying, oh, you cannot run this train anymore because this is Bangladesh Railway. But Bangladesh Road Transport Authority could have said the same thing. They said, this is my road. You cannot run anything unless I operate BRTC bus. But they don't do it. They said, no, no, no. You can have, any bus can operate. So remember how they have allowed you to, regulation has allowed you to enter and compete. Whereas on railway, they are not allowing you to compete. And that creates a monopoly for Bangladesh Railway. Good or bad is a different question. We'll come back on this one. But regulation is a strategy to create monopoly. Third is innovation. How do you create monopoly with innovation? You create monopoly with innovation because there is known as copyright law, patent law. Heard about this? And trademark law. So I can be a private monopolist if I patented a product. Now, what is the difference between copyright and patent? So law says I can innovate. And if I can innovate, I can copyright it. And copyright is mostly for intellectual property. Patent is normally for a process. or a product which is through a process, and trademark is a brand. So by allowing this, you are saying, look, you cannot use my trademark because this is my property. So you, by law again, are now saying that since I have copyright law, I am actually allowing monopoly to exist. I am patenting a product. So medicine, since this is exactly fight is happening right now on COVID. What you will find out that every country, whatever they're saying, but what they're basically saying is very simple. They are saying we're going to fight on the new medicine. And everyone is going to undermine the other one. You'll find out the very interesting behavior that you'll always see among them. The behavior is very simple. What happens to my... The behavior is very simple. What you will find out that British will say, I am ready to produce tomorrow. And I will tell you, unless you take my contract with me, exclusive contract, I'm not going to give you medicine. Because this is my property. This is what the biggest trouble that is happening on COVID. That people are innovating, going to create a patent. WHO says, for example, they said, no, if you create a patent, this is such a pandemic, you cannot have a copyright. And then obviously some countries are smart. They said, no, I don't want to be a member of WHO anymore. Right? So there are strategies, game planning. Economic theory will say, look, this is a behavior that is expected because you have a fantastic advantage. All of a sudden, you found a disease that does not have a medicine. So what will you do? Answer is, let me innovate my medicine. So if there are British, UK is interested, Chinese are interested, US is interested, and everyone is going to use their media. And we'll find out always, BBC will talk about Oxford first. CNN will talk about American companies first. China will talk about, and CNN will talk about, watch carefully, even before trial, they're announcing we're going to produce medicine. Why? Because this is my product. I'm going to become a monopolist. So now if you're a monopolist, yes, next logical question would be, how much price should I charge? So that's the first. Remember, market's job is to clear the market, create a price. That is one of the fundamental job of the market. In the last class, I talked about it. So answer is, let's imagine any cost function at the moment. So let's imagine for a moment, this is my cost function. I'm just assuming a normal cost function. How much price should I charge as a monopolist? Answer is, it depends on my demand. So don't underestimate demand. If this is the demand, think about as a logic. If this is the demand function, if the demand is here, even though you are a monopolist, you cannot sell anything, right? You cannot sell anything because there is no price. Remember, demand function gives you the price. There is no price at which your price is bigger than average cost. You need price bigger than average cost to make profit, at least equal to. So that's your formula. Price equal to average cost is normal profit. Remember, we have already talked about it. Price bigger than average cost is supernormal profit. And price less than average cost is loss. So look at this particular diagram, that since demand function give me the price, and you will never pay a price above the demand function. So if the demand function is here, no way you can actually sell the product. So yes, you can be a monopolist, but it is possible if there is no demand, you cannot sell anything. Which tells me that do not underestimate demand. On the other hand, if this is the demand, you can charge a price anywhere in between these points. So within this point, you can charge any price. Because at any price here, you are going to make profit. Now I have two profit. This is A and this is B. This is the profit of B. And this is the profit of A. Which one is bigger?
B.
This is the price. Remember, this is the
B.
price. This is the
B,
price.
sir.
B. So now you realize important point for us that not every point demand, price, profit is same. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree, sir.
Yeah. So producer is going to pick up a point which gives you the highest point. So if assuming this is the highest profit, one point will be the highest profit. If they are not same, one will be the highest. They'll say this is my price. So say this is the price of the monopoly. So monopolies pick up a price which is their highest profit. But this price cannot go beyond the demand function. It has to be within the demand function. Right? This is their profit. So in other words, theoretically, monopoly should always make money. Why they should make money? Because they have a choice of choosing a price. Whereas for perfectly competitor cannot choose a price. Since they have a choice of a price, they can pick up that within this range, which is my best point. So I pick up that. And that's what people always think, that monopolists cannot be losing money. And the answer is false. Why? Because this is what happens to Bangladesh Railway as an example. What happened? That as they become monopolist, they realize I can choose a price. And as they choose a price, they become inefficient also. And as they become inefficient, their cost curve starts going up. So if their cost curve is here, what happens? Profit is gone. So yes, I can be a monopolist, but I may lose money. So that's what happens to Bangladesh Railway. They're losing money. Post office is losing money. Or on the other hand, there may be alternative products coming. Air-conditioned bus is coming. So my demand started falling. And if the demand starts falling here, I'm also losing money. So two scenarios is possible even with a monopolist. One, that you become inefficient and your cost may go up. And if your cost may go, if it goes up, you lose money. Second, other products, you may not be interested, you may not be even thinking of the changes in the consumer behavior. That consumer is looking for more comfort. But you say, no, I will run the same train that my grandfather is using. But the standard of living has changed. People have have a higher standard of living. They want better product. So if you are not providing that better services on railway, people will say, forget about it. I'm going to travel by bus. And as I travel by bus, the demand falls. Not only that, with technological improvement, with more bridges coming, close substitute is also coming. So buses become a close substitute. Sometimes plane become a substitute. So as the substitution starts occurring, your demand curve falls and you remain a monopolist, but you lose money. So my last lesson in this class is that, okay, is the monopoly always make money? Answer is no. It depends on the efficiency. If they are not efficient in cost and in terms of marketing, remember this is marketing. What does marketing people do? They increase the demand of the product. That was their job. But if you cannot do this, or management does, management increases efficiency of cost. But if you cannot do any one of them, you are going to lose the market and you actually end up losing money. So yes, monopoly, even though they are monopolists, they may end up losing money because of inefficiency in cost or not looking into the market consumers' behavior, that look, consumer may not like your product anymore. That is very common, and that's how monopoly often lose their what we call monopoly power. Clear so far?
Please subscribe to this channel to receive updates on new videos.